Hello everyone and welcome to this Monday.com inventory management tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be showing you how to use Monday.com for inventory management. We'll be making each step a breeze and easy to understand, so at the end you can do this yourself. Right here on Monday.com, we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started, and we have the option to continue with Google. Of course, if you want to, you can go ahead and use your company's corporate email. Clicking on Continue with Google, we'll be selecting the account we'd like to use. And then you can click on Work because that's what we're trying to do. And we're going to choose Business Owner. Click on Continue and you will be going through these settings according to your needs. So we're going to choose 6 to 10 persons we're working with. And then how many people work at your company. We can say 20 to 49. Click on Continue. Then we'll select Sales and CRM. Click on Continue. So after answering all the questions, on the left side, you have Add from Template or Start from Scratch. We're going to click on Add from Templates. And right here, you have different templates to pick from. We're going to go over to the search bar and click on Inventory. So we have one inventory management template and we're going to click on it. After clicking on it, you can see a preview of the inventory template. And then right here at the top right area, you're going to click on Use Template. So right here under inventory management, you have computers, TVs. Now these are different sections according to the type of product you may have available in your storage. So here under computers, you have MacBook, HP, Dell, and under TVs, you have Samsung and Apple. You could also add a new group such as cell phones. So we're going to click on New Group, and we also have the option to change the name. So we're going to write smartphones. Click on Enter and it will be saved. Now for the first one, you have item, manufacturer, order, stock quantity, reorder level. Now these are different columns that help give details about your inventory. At the bottom, you can use a slider to move through the columns of your table. Because the table cannot fit in one page, you have to scroll or slide from left to right. Now, right here we have manufacturer and you can see it clearly, but right here we have order, but there is some information there we need to see. And when we come over to the border, you can see resize column showing. You could double click on it and you can see order ID. So this is the order ID, and at the bottom here, it's supposed to be the total. Now, the order ID doesn't need to be summed up, but the stock quantity can be summed up. And here you have 60, 60, 50, which has a sum of 170. There are other options here such as the reorder level, the reorder needed, stock check date. Now this doesn't mean you have to use this for every of this input. You can make a change. For example, for the reorder level, you can click on it and make a change as you wish. So we're going to scroll down to where we have smartphones and we're going to put in some information right here. So after putting in some details, we just like to go through some of them. We put in the detail of the item, which is an Apple iPhone, and the order ID is 11, and the stock quantity is at 500, and the reorder level is at 150. Now the next column says reorder needed. Now the formula used on this column can be found by clicking on it, and it says if the stock quantity is less than the reorder level. Now the stock quantity is currently above the reorder level, so you don't need to have a reorder. But however, if we go over to 600 for the reorder level, you can see it says reorder needed. So you can see how this can help you in some automation options instead of having someone to do this for you. Then we could also have a stock check date. We can click on it and you can say every 15th of the month, and then the unit price and the inventory value and all these other settings according to what you have. Now, if you want to add a new item or a new group, all you need to do is to come over here to New Group and click on New Group. And this will basically add a new group, so we're going to delete it because we don't need it for now. So basically in our inventory, let's say we're dealing on computers, TVs, and smartphones. And we've made some edits to our smartphones, and you could go ahead and make some more additions to your smartphone list, TVs or computers. And of course, if you want to add more, go ahead and add a new group. Now, if you want to make a deletion of certain products, we can make a mass deletion. For example, we can click on New Item. We can click it again just to make a few. And currently we have 4 new items. However, you can simply click on the checkbox and we can see right here 4 items selected. Duplicate export, archive, delete, move, or deal with in apps. Now, of course, it's not just to delete. You can duplicate them if you want to, but we're going to go ahead and click on delete, and it says we'll keep it in your trash for 30 days. Then we're going to delete it, and it's gone. You also have different sort settings. By clicking on sort, you will see what you can sort on each table. You're going to go ahead and choose the column. For example, we're going to choose stock quantity. And when you choose stock quantity, your stock quantity is going to be adjusted according to the sorting options you choose selected. There are options to hide columns here, group columns, or filter by anything. And then up here, you have the chart option. Click on it, and it's going to load a chart. Now, with the chart, you get to see a holistic view of everything you have in your inventory. And here for the computers, you have number of items for each manufacturer, and you can see here HPC 2, Benson Limited, and Foxconn 1. And then you can also see the products on order, the total inventory value, and the total stock quantity. Now back at the main table, we'd like to show you two options here. You have the integrate option and the automate. We're going to click on automate. So here in automate, you have different templates, or you can make a custom automation. Under basic, you have this different options. For example, when an item is created, assign creator as person, or when status changes to something, notify someone. And then you have when date arrives, notify someone. And then you have other automation options right here. So we're going to say add a custom automation. And when we click on the first one, it says when this happens. So we're going to click on item created, then do this. So we're going to choose what we want Monday.com to do when a new item is created. So let's say we want to duplicate the item just to show you what we're doing. So it says when an item is created, then duplicate the item. We're going to click on create automation, and you can see this automation has been registered to our automation list. We can close it and add a new item right here. So we're going to add a Samsung phone, click on enter, and there you can see a duplication of this Samsung electronics. Now, as you might have noticed, this has created a ripple effect because of the type of automation which we give it. And this is where you need to be careful about what automation you're going with. For example, in our automation, we said when a new item is created, duplicate it. So when you duplicate it, the cycle repeats. It goes again to create a new item because of the new duplicate. And so we have many Samsung phones right here, but we're going to delete it. We just wanted to show you an example of an automation. However, you don't need to do this exactly the same because this can cause a negative ripple effect. So we're going to delete it because we just want only one Samsung electronics as a manufacturer. When we go to automate, you can see we had to toggle it off for that to stop. Now you can toggle on your automations or toggle it off. And one more point we want to show you is how to integrate. So when we click on integrate, you have different integrations right here. For example, if we choose Slack, here it has different automations which we can have. For example, if you're working with a team using Slack and you want to notify your team in a certain channel about a new item, you can use this. When an item is created, notify in channel. So when you click on use template, it's going to need you to connect your Slack account, and then you're going to go through the process of adding this automation. So you don't need to add an item in your inventory and go manually to go inform others. Monday.com will help you in providing this automated notification to your channel. And this helps to ease your workflow. So there are many other options to integrate with. You just need to go ahead and choose which is best for you or which is used by your company or your team. And if you'd like to add more members, you can come over here with the icon at the top right area, invite members. And here you can see notifications. Here you can also see your feed. And right here, you can see the marketplace for Monday. If there's more you'd like to do with your inventory, remember that you could go ahead and add more columns to your table, go ahead and add an automation, or integrate to add an automation using other communications softwares. So at this point, we hope that you're able to use Monday.com for inventory management. So go ahead and see what you can do with it, and thanks for watching.